Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. 30 facts about gold demand. Let's explore. In the next installment of the series called Gold Facts, there's a playlist on this topic, and I encourage you to check out the flagship video from this series, 32 Scientific Gold Facts, that gives you a very eye-opening look at gold and all the different facts about its properties. A lot of good stuff in that video. This next installment here, we're talking about gold demand in particular, which I think is quite interesting indeed. Some of these facts can run over into other areas, but I think it's really interesting to see exactly about how gold is in demand and how it has been in demand for quite a long time. You're more likely to find a 5-carat diamond than a 1-ounce gold nugget. I'm just walking around. In fact, the place you're likely to find a gold nugget is more than likely going to be Western Australia, where you can find that on the surface, but you're more likely to find a 5-carat diamond than a 1-ounce gold nugget. It is a very rare metal. Gold is the world's most popular investment metal, although I don't see it as an investment really, rather as a hedge or savings account against economic instability. Next fact, as such, the price of gold constantly fluctuates, reacting to economic and political events, and largely that does occur in the paper markets, and the actual gold itself is a metal that I believe transcends price. The next fact is about the good delivery gold bar, which is 400 troy ounces. That's a standard unit used in the international gold trade, particularly the London Bullion Market Association, otherwise known as the LBMA. Wouldn't you love to own one of those good delivery bars, or even just 400 ounces of gold? Next fact is the weight of investment gold is measured in troy ounces. In other words, it's 31.1 grams per troy ounce. The purity of investment gold is stated in parts per thousand, which is referred to as fineness. In other words, it's 99.9% pure gold is expressed as 0.999 fine. The weight of gold jewelry is measured in grams. The purity of gold jewelry is expressed in divisions of 24, called carats. 18-karat gold is 75% pure, in other words, with 18 out of 24. It's a fraction, essentially. So 12-karat gold is 50% pure, and 9167 fine is 22-karat gold. Approximately half of the world gold demand each year is in the form of jewelry making. It's a very important figure to know because countries like China and India have a great cultural demand, and most of that demand comes in the form of jewelry. The most popular gold jewelry purity in the United States is 14 karat, which is 0.583 fine. Gold jewelry must have at least 10K purity, which is 41.7% pure, to be sold as gold in the United States. So in other words, anything less than that is not considered gold. And even as such, that is less than half of the alloy being attributed to gold. The most popular gold jewelry purity in China is called Chukam, which is Cantonese for full gold, which is 99% pure. The most popular gold jewelry purity in India and Southeast Asia is 22 karat. Much higher purity popularity than here in the United States. The most popular gold jewelry purity in the Middle East, though, is 21 karat. So slightly less. Pretty interesting indeed. Low purity jewelry, which is under 14 karat, will tarnish due to other metals making up most of the piece. According to the World Gold Council, global gold consumption in 2019 was led by jewelry, and that was 2,132.2 metric tons. Next was investment grade, or bullion, and that was 1,264.9 tons. Central banks were third at 668.5 tons, and then technology, or maybe even industry, but technology is 326 tons. So in reality, when you have jewelry making up the most, it's really the people that are in control of the gold market, in a sense, and investment will be the same scenario. So the vast majority of gold is held by the people. The next fact: due to economic uncertainty during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, investment demand, which was 1,773.8 tons, outpaced jewelry, which was 1,400.8 tons, for the first time in recent history. And that is a fascinating statistic indeed, that investment grade gold has outpaced jewelry. So, the top 5 countries by gold demand are China, India, US, Germany, and finally Turkey. Still, the fact that Turkey is number 5 does say something, because the people in Turkey definitely hold a lot of gold, and they make up their coin is the most widely minted coin in the world. German households own 9,100 metric tons of gold, mostly in bars and coins. This is greater than the gold reserves of the United States, which is just over 8,000 tons. That is an interesting fact indeed. And that demand for gold in Germany, the Germans do love their gold. Indian households are estimated to hold more than 25,000 metric tons of gold. 25,000. And it's mostly in jewelry. This is more than the gold reserves of the top 10 nations put together. So I think that India has definitely outpaced Germany, but think about German demand is in bars and coins. Switzerland has the highest per capita gold reserves in the world at 120 grams per person. Wow. The top 5 nations with the highest government gold reserves are the United States at 8,133 tons, Germany at 3,361 tons, Italy at 2,452 tons, France at 2,436 tons, and then Russia at 2,922 tons. Notice China is not on that list, but they are growing. If it were a country, the International Monetary Fund would rank third with 2,814.1 metric tons of gold reserves. The next fact: Fort Knox in Kentucky holds 147.3 million troy ounces. That's about 4,852 tons of U.S. gold reserves. That's if you believe it's actually there. This is 60% of the total U.S. gold reserves. Much of the rest is held at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The next fact is that the highest that U.S. gold reserves have ever been is 20,262 tons. That was reached in October of 1941. Ah, the good old days when we had well over double the amount of gold that we have now. As of June 2021, the Basel III agreement among the world's most important banks classifies allocated precious metal as risk-free asset alongside cash, paper money, and currency. That is what is known as a Tier 1 asset. You've heard me talk about that in prior videos as well. Banks are required to keep 85% collateral for unallocated gold held under Basel III. The next fact is really fascinating. In 1967, South Africa introduced the Krugerrand, the first modern gold investment coin with a weight of 1 troy ounce. It is sold by weight and gold content, not by face value. That is the Krugerrand. By the way, the Libertad is also in that same category as well. The Perth Mint in Western Australia offers the largest gold coin available to buy, which is the 10-kilogram gold kangaroo. It weighs 22 pounds. They are only made to order. In other words, when you place your order, then they will make it. So if gold was at $1,900 an ounce, it would be worth about $611,000. Next, the Perth Mint also made the world's largest gold coin, which is a 2012 gold kangaroo bullion coin weighing 1 metric ton. There's only one, and it is not for sale. Now, the last fact about gold demand is the most expensive coin in the world is the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle, the $20 gold piece. Once belonging to King Farouk of Egypt, it sold for $18.9 million. And in June 2021, Sotheby's auction. You heard me talk about that auction and that coin many times on this channel. But there it is. Those are your facts about gold demand. Stay tuned for the next episode in this series. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please feel free to share this video among your friends and family and co-workers and strangers alike. I want to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video, and to encourage you to please rate, share, and get that demand up for gold.